Gachagua is a madman. I repeat, responding to Gachagua is like chasing a madman or arguing with a fool. Nobody will be able to differentiate between you and him, who is the madman. Even the words that Gachagua is speaking will show you that he's a madman. He's not thinking. Kenya should be united. And if he claims to be a leader of his caliber, he is supposed to be speaking issues or should be addressing issues that brings Kenyans together. Gachagua, don't speak to Raila like he's your age mate. I wish I was there the day you are speaking to Raila in that funeral. You are speaking to him like he's not a leader in this country. Don't address Raila like he's your age mate. This nation has a lot of issues that are affecting it. And that is why we are calm. We have not given up, and we have not neither surrendered on these issues. We have national dialogue that we hope can bear fruits to bring Kenyans together. Shame on you, Gachagua. How can you say in broad daylight that there are people you will reject in this government? Where do you want them to go? You don't have any authority to reject anybody in Kenya. Everybody in Kenya is paying taxes. And therefore, it's either you shut up or you resign and leave this government. We know you are worried. You are a worried man. You don't want Kenya to settle because you are thriving from this crisis. You are thriving a lot from this crisis when Kenya is at loggerheads. It is a good sign that the president yesterday said that the discussions can go on so that we can have a way forward. But the agenda of opposition is not one of them for Kenyans. Back in the history, we had an opposition leader. We didn't achieve anything out of it. And that is why we changed the constitution and we have minority leader that checks the government in parliament. We are not after any position in this government. We are after the shape of Kenya. And that is why we go out of the streets, because we are wondering why Kenya is divided. We want a united Kenya. And that is what will bring peace in this nation. That is the spirit of the Constitution. A constitution that was passed in 2010 to bring all Kenyans together after the Kriegler report. So we are aware. Don't think that we don't know what we are doing. And the idea that is coming up about the new okay, there's no problem. Constitutions can be amended. But the challenge we are having is that even the constitution we are having, they said it was 80 to 90% right. Only a little part of it needed some change. What is happening today? The challenge we are having is that we are having leaders who don't have the goodwill, the spirit of implementing this constitution. That is where the problem is. So even if we change this constitution 100 times and lack that leadership that will implement it, it is as well as doing nothing to the constitution. We want a leader that can implement this constitution. It is one of the best constitutions in Africa. But even the one we have is failing because our leaders don't want to implement it. So I saw some individuals coming out that the constitution should be amended, or we should change some few things in the constitution. If so, one of the agendas that we want to be done in this constitution is that we want regional blocks. We want a 3-tier government. National government, the regional block, and then the county government. You remember we had 8 regions before. Why am I proposing the 2nd-tier government? It is because some counties cannot operate on their own. We might need some investors to be coming, but when they come to that county, they find that county to be too small to sustain the business or whatever that investor might want to invest in that county. So this uniting these regions, these counties to form one region can help us a lot. So whatever it is that is happening in Kenya today is out of goodwill from Baba, and we are hoping Ruto also have the same goodwill now that we have national dialogue. And if you think I'm joking, Gachagua is a madman, you will notice that even those from Kenya Kwanza sitting in the same national dialogue ask Kenyans to ignore him. That is a clear indication that Gachagua is a madman. Other is one Kenya, one nation.